Michael Jordan is widely considered by many the greatest player in the history of basketball, and to some the greatest player in the history of modern day sports, or sports in general throughout its entire existence, as he was a 5-time league MVP, a 6-time NBA champion, and 6-time finals MVP, led the league in scoring 10 years, and also did it in 7 consecutive seasons, and the most impressive feat of all, going 6-0 in all of his NBA finals and not even reaching a game 7 in one of those series. But in the summer of 1993, Michael Jordan made a very puzzling decision to step away from the game of basketball and enter retirement at the young age of 29. Mind you that this was his 7th year of leading the league in scoring consecutively, his 3rd year in total, and his final year, I might add, of leading the league in steals, and he was coming off of a championship against the Phoenix Suns led by the league MVP in Charles Barkley, making Michael Jordan a 3-time NBA champion and completing his first three-peat. So it was very strange to see him leave, and then to top it out, he went to go play baseball. It was a very strange scenario for Michael Jordan to be put in, and a lot of people question, what was the real reason that Michael Jordan retired? Did he actually just retire because he felt no passion anymore and wanted competition after dominating 3 consecutive years? I mean, that would just make no sense, especially considering the competitive drive that everybody knew he had. So to assume that he just got tired of winning and beating everybody in the league, that's just a bit of a stretch to a lot of people to believe. But there is a theory that many people have talked about, and that is that Michael Jordan was secretly suspended by the NBA instead of actually retiring, and him leaving for a while was his punishment for his gambling debts that he owed to numerous people. But before we get started with this theory, if you enjoy what you see from this channel, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, as well as like this video and comment your opinions in the comment section. Hit that bell for post notifications, and without further ado, let's discuss one of the NBA's darkest theories. Why did Michael Jordan retire? Guys, Michael Jordan is easily one of the greatest athletes in sports, and honestly, it sucks and eats at my very soul that I never actually saw him play live, whether on TV or in person. But one thing that really blows my mind is, why would a guy that is so competitive, I mean, this is a guy that I've heard stories that he's cheated in a chess game in a park with an old lady just so he could win. So when you hear stories like that, the fact that he just got bored of dominating the league and wanted to pursue other activities such as baseball. Sure, he did have a dream probably when he was younger to play baseball, but it wasn't like he was that good. I mean, we all saw him in the minor leagues. He wasn't bad for somebody coming out to play baseball, especially when that's not their primary sport. But when I see the fact that he just got up and retired after all the success in the middle of his prime at 29 years of age, coming off of multiple MVPs and a three-peat, it really is weird and strange. But that's when you start to dig deeper and realize that Michael Jordan kind of had a problem when it came to gambling, and maybe that might have been the reason why he left, because David Stern gave him a little bit of a penance and a punishment. But before we get into that, let's first start off with this. In 1992, after winning his 2nd championship, Michael Jordan was called to testify in the criminal trial of James Bueller. A convicted drug dealer was in possession of Jordan's signed personal check for $57,000. Initially, Jordan claimed it was a business loan, but under oath he admitted that it was a payment for some gambling losses that he had over the course of one single weekend. Then in early 1993, San Diego businessman Richard Equinas revealed in his book titled Michael and Me, Our Gambling Addiction, My Cry for Help, that he had won over $900,000 from Jordan in golf betting. Around that same time, MJ was spotted in an Atlantic City casino in the earlier hours of the morning of Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. So it's pretty apparent from a lot of these situations that Jordan did have a gambling addiction, or at the very least a problem when it came to managing his money and gambling. But fast forward a little bit further, after the Bulls had won their third championship the next season, the NBA launched an investigation into Jordan's gambling problems to check whether he had violated any of the league's rules. Then 4 months later, Michael Jordan stunned the world by suddenly retiring from professional basketball. At the press conference, when he was asked if he would ever return, he said, 5 years down the road, if the urge comes back, if the Bulls will have me, if David Stern will let me back in the league, I may come back. Now that's very weird. Why would Michael Jordan just mention David Stern's name when the reporter never even asked him about it? All the reporter said is, when will you come back if you ever plan to do so? And not only did he name drop David Stern, but he said, if he lets me back in the league. What's crazy about this is that only days after Jordan announced his retirement, the league dropped its investigation saying that he did nothing wrong. I guess betting numerous amounts on sports isn't wrong then, but was there a secret agreement between Jordan and David Stern, where Stern simply told him to simply retire and create a distraction so he wouldn't face a suspension and have his huge marketable name stay clean? That's a question that I guess we'll never get the answer to. And what's really weird about this is that I just simply don't believe a player as competitive as Michael Jordan would suddenly just retire right at the peak of his career to supposedly play baseball when he knew he wasn't that good because of the past championship runs and the 1992 Olympics. And if you don't believe that's the reason why, or those reasons could have led into why he would be that bad, he even admitted that himself. Michael Jordan was the best player on the best team and wanted to be the best in every single game that he played. I don't believe a guy like him is just satisfied after winning 3 straight championships. He's a guy that always wants to win, and eventually he could have extended their streak to 4 championships, and some people even have it in their head to this day that he could have won 8 straight championships. But overall, I'm not really certain about anything about the Michael Jordan retirement, but I leave the question to you guys. Do you think he was suspended, or do you actually think this was a legitimate retirement? But that concludes this video. This is your boy David from NBA Knowledge. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, comment your opinions down below, hit the subscribe button and the bell for post notifications. Y'all stay safe and have a great day. I'm out. Peace.